Hello everyone, in this video I would like to talk to you about the last assignment in this course. This is the portfolio assignment and is the last essay you would submit as you exit this course. I'd like to go over a few items listed on this assignment handout. The first thing to note is that it's an 800-word reflective essay. It will showcase and reflect upon your work this semester, as well as your composition practices. I always tell students, when you write a reflection essay, especially if it's a final reflection essay in the class, you're not just listing the things you did right or the things you didn't do right, or the grade you got here and the grade you didn't get there. That's a bit boring if you say I got a good grade doing this and I got a bad grade because I didn't do it. Why? No, that's not real reflection. Reflection is you talk about your learning process, your growth. It doesn't matter whether you got a good grade or bad grade. Hopefully you're learning from something. And I think for many of you, you struggled in one area or the other. And that should be something you should talk about. Notwithstanding, it's not to say that if you're not in the category, maybe you always got good grades, that you learned nothing. But you want to think about the future, how you can challenge yourself, and based on what you've learned, the feedback you've received, to get better as a writer or researcher. So let's talk about the learning goals. The learning goals required, it says reflect on areas of growth using assignments from the semester. You use documents, design skills to format your essay portfolio. Another aspect that I want to draw your attention to is the guidelines. So it says here clearly that it's an 800 words is the suggested length. So it could be more than that. You are to demonstrate your examples. In other words, you may have to use screenshots, provide links, and images from your work in order to illustrate your points. So you need specific examples from feedback you've gotten from me, your peers, looking at major assignment or discussion about posts. Then once you have done all that, you're pretty much set to engage in the assignment specifications. Now it says here, creating a portfolio is a cumulative process, one which you have been contributing to throughout the semester in your introductory writing and reflections. So you've worked on different activities and you have completed different activities. So I always tell students, especially when it comes to this assignment, it's an opportunity for you to showcase your work. Show and explain your work. As you plan and develop your portfolio, you want to take a look at this checklist. So we have the first one, introductory section, where you talk about yourself, your goals, your major, and the main focus that to guide your audience. And you always want to keep in mind that your audience is me, your instructor. At the same time, you also think about yourself and what you've been doing in the course. I don't want you talking about other students and what they did. That shouldn't be part of your reflection writing. It's about you and what you did in the course. You're welcome to interact with my feedback or the feedback you got from a peer, but your voice, I should be able to see you through your writing. It's you speaking. So it says your communication habits and processes. How do you approach communication throughout the composition process? This section where it says what elements of your class participation, discussion, collaboration, Canva work demonstrate your skills and habits. Well, that's something that I wish we could have practiced a lot more in this course. It's an online course, and so having you guys work collaboratively, that's mostly been peer review. And I wish we had done something else, like most of the other collaboration has been when you're giving your peer responses. In my face-to-face classes, I always get students to work on projects as a group. We were not able to have that. Maybe, just maybe, we would have one before the semester is over. I don't know, but I plan to have something that would be collaborative. We'll see if that works. But I think of this beyond. It's not just an English class, but some of the skills of collaborating. Something you learn even when in the future in the workplace. So, what about your communication skills? I know that again, this is a bit tricky because you've engaged in presentations, and obviously you've gotten some feedback from your peers. What does that tell you about your communication skills? Well, what I can tell you is this: we all learn and we continue to grow. So if you have certain strengths, you likely have certain areas where you can improve upon. Everybody is improving their communication skills every day, or seeking one way to strengthen it. And then your conclusion. You conclude with a final thought, a plan for your future communication needs and success. So once you've done that, you want to take a look at how you're going to be evaluated. And this is the rubric that I'll be looking at. Okay, actually this is the evaluation criteria. The rubric is down here below. So take a look at the rubric before you hit submit. I know that a lot of you are excited to get done with this course, and when you see this assignment, you're like, whoa, this is it, you finish it. So yeah, it is the last assignment, but please make sure you're reviewing the rubric. Don't rush because it's the last assignment and just hit sign off, that you don't want to have anything else to do with the course. But make sure you read through the assignment instructions. I'm sure that it's pretty understandable. I'm sure that it's understandable, but I want you to also be diligent as you complete assignment instructions by not rushing through, but reading through the instructions. I hope this has been helpful. Bye-bye.